underscoring that a country cannot make any real progress if it fails to invest heavily in its people, was Dr. Henry Jeffrey, a political consultant. Jeffrey, during an interview with Nightly News, reflected on decades ago when, according to him, even a domestic worker was able to do much more with their salaries when compared to now. He pointed out that even before oil was discovered, Guyana was among the nations with the most resources. In spite of that, it was still listed as one of the poorest countries in Latin America and the Caribbean, ranking 117 out of 187 countries on the United Nations Development Index, according to a report from the Canadian Red Cross. Furthermore, the report outlines that 35% of the population lived in poverty in 2006, while 18% earned less than $2 per day. Dr. Jeffrey pointed out that while government, both past and current, are skilled at using strategic tactics to persuade the populace that their lives are improving, Guyanese should look beyond the song and dance and examine the personal long-term benefits of actions taken by the powers that be.
Oh, your life is improving, it's improving, look, we are doing this. And because you're looking at it in a relatively short span, you tend to want to believe them and accept them. And that's their job, to try to make you believe that, because, and to give you hope. I mean, that politicians got to give you hope. And maybe the churches and so on give you hope to be, because without hope you might well be lost. And therefore I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do. Not oil just come around. We had gold, bauxite, every possible. And where are we? Where are we? The big question for all of us in this country must ask ourselves, how are we here? Why are we here?
He opined that Guyana in its current state is focused heavily on politics instead of improving the lives of ordinary Guyanese by effectively managing the resources.
We are managing them in a fashion as to help to keep us in power or allow us to gain power. And that's not how resources should be managed. Resources should be managed essentially with one purpose: to help to build your people. But since the priority of the political people who has the kind of power to move things along is to win power, stay in power, they are directing the resources in that way. You only got to see, I give some here, give some there, we build 2 roads. These roads can all break up in a couple of months.
Governments, he says, should undertake generational investments, especially in infrastructure and other areas, so that when the tipping point for oil demand has passed, the citizens would have other sectors to thrive on. Guyana became an independent nation on Thursday, May 26, 1966, but the independence celebrations began 4 days before and continued until May 29th. Public buildings and business places were brightly decorated with streamers and buntings bearing the colors of the Guyana flag. Timeka Rodney reporting for the HGP Nightly News.